With the countdown clock approaching zero until the first tip-off of the NBA season, nerves and excitement are at an all-time high in the bubble.
We all know basketball season coming up. You guys are starting to scrimmage. Tell us about the bubble.
The bubble is the bubble at the end of the day, right? We get to play basketball. Now, in the next couple of days, we'll be able to go to different hotels, see some friends. But we've been isolated for about 2 weeks over here. So, tomorrow is a big day for scrimmages.
Dwyane, hearing about this bubble, hearing these guys talk, you wish you were there, don't you?
Listen, Mike, I am so thankful that I retired last year. Let me say that. If my retirement would have happened in the bubble, I've been hot.
For the past few weeks, all eyes have been on social media feeds, giving us small glimpses of life from inside the bubble.
What goes on in the bubble that we don't see? All we know is cornhole and fishing.
They might catch you the same fish, too.
Throwing it right back. That's funny.
You guys thought about leaving or sneaking out of the bubble?
Look, all jokes aside, where can you go? Like, how can you even sneak out? I ain't even trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious.
It's like Fort Knox down here.
And these players have to follow strict health protocols.
Every morning, you got to take your temperature and use that little blood pressure thing or whatnot, and you fill out your health in an app. And then when you go in and out of buildings, you got to put this up to this thing, and it's got to turn green.
Pandemic aside, their biggest concern, playing without fans.
Is there any fear involved with everything that's going on?
I don't think there's a fear. It's still a little bit of the unknown when it comes to the actual games and being played, and how we're gonna respond to just being on the court by ourselves and no fans and just everything else, the whole production that's gonna happen around these games.
That's not the only thing that will look different. The courts will have socially distanced sideline benches and the phrase Black Lives Matter. One of the many social justice nods that Chris Paul has fought for as president of the Players Association. But off the court, these three have come together to create the Social Change Fund. Its goal, to end police brutality, champion criminal justice reform, enable economic equity, support voting and civic engagement, and advocate for the human rights of all Black lives.
There's a lot of things that each one of us have done as individuals, but we see this as an opportunity not only for us to come together and make a bigger impact, but just continue to try to make real sustainable change.
Their fund will invest money in smaller organizations doing reform work on the ground.
If you don't have a good roof over your head, if you're not, being educated from home, along with, being educated in the schools, then we're going to always be starting from behind, and we're playing catch up, playing pickup. These are certain aspects that we want to attack ASAP.
There's so many things, like you said, police reform, whether it be health and education, right? You talk about the different type of foods that go into the inner cities and just trying to educate each other on what we put in our bodies. All this goes back to systemic racism. And there's people out there that are a lot smarter than us on some of these situations or some of these things that's going on. So we're going to try to do the work and educate ourselves, but also put our money where our mouth is and keep going.
I think right now, with everything that has happened since George Floyd in the last 2 months, we have even more responsibility. Do not at all get, worn down at all. We continue to push this. We continue to add pressure to the change we want to see.
The players are taking this message to the court, some swapping their last names for messages of social justice.
This gives them an opportunity to express themselves.
Well, Chris and Melo, can you guys tell us what's going to be on your jerseys?
What's going to be on your jersey, Chris? I'm interested. What's going to be on your jersey?
Equality. Equality is going to be on my jersey. You interested?
I'm still battling. It's either peace or freedom. So it's either one.
Absolutely. And Dwyane, I know it's on the back of your jersey, retired.
Oh, had a great time with these guys. Great to see them come together to do something so positive. And for information on the Social Change Fund, visit thesocialchangefund.org.